lead the league in goals scored right now, and it's coming from 8 different players. I and Valeria are 2 big ones, but you talked in the offseason about spreading that around a lot. What does it mean to have that kind of potency in the attack spread amongst the whole team right now?
Yeah, it's great. I mean, you know you're going to get goals out of Valeria and Adi. You need goals out of your big players. But, you know, going back to when we performed well in 15 and 13, those two years in particular, the goals came in different positions from different guys. And it's great to get Nagby, you know, his first. I think that'll open the floodgates, more to come. I know Blanco's going to continue to, you know, to chip in, and he just needs his first. But it's great to get goals from a number of different positions, and it's also great to get goals from your 2 guys that you expect the majority of the goals to come from, and we're continuing to get that.
Sporting's only given up 2 goals so far this season. What do you see in that team, and what makes them dangerous for you guys this weekend?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's going to be a really difficult, tight game. We have some really good battles with them we've had some really good battles with them over the years. You know, they're a good team. They're mentally strong. They're well organized. They've got good players. Got a good coach. You know, they're a reason that they're always in the conversation every single year and in the playoffs. You know, year in and year out. They're historically speaking good on the road. They come on the road, they grind. It's defense first for sure. They wait for you to make mistakes, counters, set pieces, you know, and you look at that reflected in the results on the road this year and the 0-0 draws that they've had, and that's what they do. They just come and they grind, and they have an experienced team, and you know, they get behind the ball and they make it difficult for you to break them down, and they wait for you to make a mistake. You know, so it's going to be a tough game. You know, obviously everybody's talking about our attack. We definitely know that we have one of the better attacking teams in the league, and I think this is probably the best defensive team in the league. Certainly the best defensive team we've faced up to this point, and probably the best team overall that we've faced up to this point. Obviously Crew, New England, are 2 of the others, you know, in my opinion, in the first kind of 6 games. And those 2 are good teams. You'll see, you know, New England's starting to catch fire, and Columbus is going to be, you know, a good team this year. But I think overall, when I look at Kansas City and I look at the balance of their team and the matchup overall, it'll be probably our toughest test, and, you know, a good measuring stick, kind of see where we're at. You know, how patient can we be? How good are we going to be in terms of breaking them down? You know, so it's great. You know, my message to the group today was the same message I've had every week. We're going to continue to improve. There's a lot of little things, little areas that we need to improve in, even though we're winning games. So we don't think that everything's perfect, nowhere near. We want to be rolling at the end of the year and hitting our stride, and you know, we got a lot of games to do that. So there's little things that I'm nitpicking this week, and we'll see how those things you know, show up in the game. 2 things I've been very pleased with is you know, after the Columbus game, we really wanted to work on our decision making in possession, when to transition and when to keep the ball, and you know, I think that's been much improved. And then the other thing is our game management over the last, you know, 10 minutes. When you look at the Crew game in New England, we talked about closing games out, and we talked about it, we showed it in video, we worked on it, and big part of that's keeping the ball, putting your foot on the ball. And there was a clip in the 8th minute where we had about a 2-minute period of play, passage of play, where we kept the ball, and that set the tone for the entire last 10 minutes and being able to close out the game. And we made a lot of little plays in the end, and you know, Darren came on and created the goal. So it's all those things that help us, and the week-to-week improvement in those 2 things have been, you know, really good, and that's pleasing to see.
Caleb, early in the year, you kind of running like your corner kicks were kind of short corners. You kind of gotten away with that. Was that just something that wasn't working, or is that something you might bring back later?
First corner kick we ran was a short play against Philly, you know, so we're still running them. Yeah, we have a lot of little plays that we run, and we rotate those through. We've scored a couple goals, on set pieces. We've conceded a couple as well. It's kind of a part of it. But we're always analyzing those set plays. And if we think we can do better, or if we think there's something that we can find against a different opponent, we'll throw in a different wrinkle. But yeah, we have a couple short plays. It all depends on the opponent and their setup. Sometimes the short plays you can pull guys out and then go big. Sometimes you can play a short and you know that they're not going to pull guys out, and you can create something top of the box. My staff do a good job of analyzing the opponent and coming up with the plays that we think will work in the game. And then it's about execution. It's about the service, the run. It's about the decision and reading the opponent. But yeah, comparing soccer to other sports, those are the moments where you have more set plays, that you look to run.
It's going to be a pretty big day of soccer here in Providence Park in Portland Saturday. What do you think about having the doubleheader with the Thorns first and you guys at night?
Yeah, I think it's great. My kit man told me we're wearing the Rose City Red in that game, so a little bit of a tribute to the Thorns, and I think it's great. It's going to be a great day of soccer, a great day, for our club. Hopefully, it's a great day in terms of results, and both teams getting 3 points. It's going to be a long day for the fans. I hope everybody, stays fresh and ready and eager and keeps their energy up. Doesn't drink too many, IPAs in between games, so they're ready for our game. But it's going to be good. I think it'll be a fun day.